I wonder how much he was paid to sell his soul to sell out his own community.
Don't try and intimidate us. Who protect call the police. Pizza ma police. Pizza ma police. Pizza ma police. Call the police. Call the police. Call the police. Pizza ma police. Pizza ma police. Pizza ma police. Pizza ma police. Call the police. Call the police. Protect my foreigner. Protection protection call the police. Call the police. Call the police. Totiela ibona yakoleka makuleni. Yakoleka. Leli mfati leli yakoleka makuleni. Fonela mapolisa wakoleka. Wakoleka. Wakoleka group. Wakoleka. Fati.
Our efforts to create a favorable environment include our simplified visa process for Nigerian business people to travel to South Africa. Qualifying Nigerian business people can be granted a 5-year multiple entry visa. In addition, tourists from Nigeria are now able to apply for a visa without even submitting a passport.
2,000 years later.
Orlando for Nigerian.
I want to kick it open. Out! Open the door! Open it!
Get out of the car!
Get out!
Get out!
Get out! You are the one. I said you open. You sold me up. Open Peter. Come. It's not bastard. Come. You sold me.
Lie down! Lie down!
Lie down!
Lie down! Down!
Down!
Hands, man!
Others!
What did I do?
Let us go to the other place.
Okay. Chief, come here! Come here! Get down! 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 Chief! On the ground! On the ground! On the ground! On the ground! Hands back! Back!
Lastly, as we are focused on these operations of trying to ensure that there's stability here at the border post, but also we've heard about incidents of smuggling of undocumented children from Mozambique into South Africa. If you can just briefly tell us about those incidents.
Yes, the incident happened on Friday, the 6th of December, where 14 children that were undocumented were attempted to be smuggled into South Africa. But due to the vigilance of our border guards in this regard, they were able to intercept during that stop and search operation. They were able to stop that minibus combi, and they were able to find those children and rescue them and hand them over to the Department of Social Development for them to be cared for and supported so that they're able to be facilitated back to the country that they were traveling for. from. It's a very worrying factor. I must report that yesterday as well, we were able to intercept 20 children at the Bait Bridge border post. So it shows that the Border Management Authority is hard at work, ensuring that there's no criminality that will take place under our watch, especially in this campaign of 16 days of violence against activism against women and children, so that we're able to protect the vulnerable citizens that are women and children in this regard. We will not allow any criminality towards them to take place in this regard.
We went from township kids dying at the hands of foreign nationals because of toxic foods made from cheap labor, to some illegal miners dying for gold at the hands of foreign nationals being used as cheap labor. So now, what's the purpose of smuggling these children into the country?
A surprise operation which saw offenders get into sticky situations.
You're going to cross into Zimbabwe because you can't apply for a Zimbabwean passport in South Africa. Can you?
That's the thing.
That's the thing, but tell me, how are you going to cross over so that you acquire that passport? Just tell me, what was... Please.
I don't know. This one is a passport.
No, leave this one. I'm talking about
me,
you.
right? Yeah,
Yes,
I don't
leave
have
this one.
I've been here for a long time and I lost my passport. You understand? So,
it didn't
that is
even
why I
bother you.
said, ma'am, the problem that I did was not going to the police to take an affidavit.
Public transport and private vehicles off to their various destinations were stopped. Most of those who were nabbed are undocumented foreign nationals, while some had expired documentation.
We are checking all transport that are on our roads, including passenger transport. It now so happened that several of the buses that are passing on our roads, they are carrying people that do not have papers to be in South Africa. What we found this morning is that most of them are Zimbabweans. So we can't turn a blind eye also on issues like this.
Hey, stop there! Hey, what? Stop there! Stop right there! Stop right there! Stop right there! Stop right there! I stop yourself! Hey! Oh! Mirai papo! Mirai! Arinyak machimayo! Go back! Go back! Go back!
That we just saw running there seems to be an illegal foreign national who doesn't have papers, according to the information we're getting from our team on the ground in Cape Town. The police just having chased an illegal foreign national who doesn't have his papers, who decided to run into the bush and run away from the roadblock. This is what the ministers have been saying. You won't be able to avoid us this festive season.
Absolutely. And you know, like I say, it's good to see that this type of action is happening. Obviously, we need a lot more of it, but let's give credit where credit is due. And the fact that, you know, there's one person who has done something wrong will be spending the weekend behind bars. The million-dollar question is, if this person is found guilty, if they do get deported, how do we prevent people from continuing to come into our country illegally? And at some point, you know, there needs to be some sort of more stringent measures in place. But I also think that now that there is a focus on ensuring that illegal people in the country illegally are dealt with and dealt with effectively, that fewer people will want to chance coming here because they know that there are consequences for their actions.
Let's look at the consequences of entering this country here illegally. They're arrested, fingerprinted, declared undesirable for a period of 5 years and then deported. But for some strange reason, they always manage to gain entry back into the country, and SEPS or Home Affairs has to start the process all over again. Even worse, Hillbrow, Berea, Yeoville are always never empty this time of year.